Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to solve the packet tracer activity 12 from chapter 12, implement a subnetted IPv6 addressing scheme. It's 12.9.1 from CCNA-1 version 7, Introduction to Networks. So in this activity we are dealing with IPv6 that we covered in the lab last week, and what we have here. So let's jump forward and see the objectives. Here we have to determine the IPv6 subnets and addressing scheme, and then we have to configure IPv6 addressing on routers and PCs, and then finally we have to verify IPv6 connectivity. In the background or the scenario, network administrator must know how to implement IPv6 in their networks. You have been asked to set up a network for use by the sales staff for a customer demonstration. The network will use a series of consecutive IPv6 subnets for 4 LANs. As you can see here, we have 4 LANs. And your job is to assign the subnets to the LANs and configure the routers and PCs with IPv6 addressing. Make certain to configure all the necessary components for IPv6 routing on the routers. Okay, so what we here have to highlight is make certain to configure all the necessary components for IPv6 routing on our routers. So it means that when we would like to enable IPv6 on a router, we should issue the command IPv6 unicast routing. So as you will see, because otherwise by default the routers do not support IPv6. Okay. So where is here? We need to delete this one. Okay, for step 1, we have to assign, you have been given a IPv6 subnet address, and this is the IPv6 as starting subnet. You will need 4 more subnets for each network that is assigned, that is required, and increment the subnet addresses consecutively by 1 to arrive to the 4 required subsequent. Complete the following table. So first we are starting from the router 1 gigabit Ethernet 00 interface. So let's come here and see which one is the gigabit Ethernet 00. This is the gigabit Ethernet 00 from router 1. This is the gigabit Ethernet 001 from router 1 as well. And here we have gigabit Ethernet 00 for router 2 and 01. And what about this one? It is serial interface 000. So we are instructed here to increase by 1. So to make sure that we will get the full mark here, we have to increase starting from here by 1. So we just need to copy this, and here we have to increase by 1. 9, as you know, because this is a hexadecimal representation in IPv6. Okay, so this is gigabit Ethernet 01 because we already assigned 00, 01, and then we need R200, and this is here R200. We need also to assign by 1, and after 9 we have 10, but in hexadecimal, let's say, and we have the second one, we have P, and of course in the last one we have T. Okay, to recap, it's a subnet address. So this subnet address is C8 0, and here C9, and here A, CA, and here CB, and this one here it is CC. According to this table, we can now fill this table. One more thing that, as we already explained, in IPv6 always we have link local address, and here we already have link local address in the table, so we don't need to think about it. We only need to set it in the routers. And here gigabit Ethernet 01, according to this one, we just copy it here and then put it here, and the first usable IP address is 1. And then we have the serial interface, which is this one. It also should be 1. The second one here should be 2. So this one will be 1 and this one will be 2 from here. And then we need gigabit Ethernet 00 from router 2. Of course, this is the first usable address here. And gigabit Ethernet 01 from router 2. Again, this one here as well. Okay, so we finished the table. Now let's do the configuration on the routers. Enable configure terminal, IPv6 unicast routing. This is very necessary because otherwise the routers will not work on IPv6. And then interface gigabit Ethernet 00, IPv6 address. This one here, we just need to copy this one from here and then paste it here. We can see our progressing. And then we should assign IPv6 link address FE80. Of course, this is link local address. And now we should activate. Then we need to assign gigabit Ethernet 01, and the IP link local address is 9. And then the link local address is the same according to the table, as you can see here. And don't forget to activate the interface. And then finally we need to implement or set the interface 000, serial interface 000 with IP link local address is the same, and IPv6 it will be CC, and mark it down. This is all about router 1. We will do the same with router 2. Enable configure terminal IPv6 unicast routing for IPv6, interface gigabit Ethernet 00, IPv6 addresses IPv6 link local address, but now we have FE82 link local address. Now shut down. Again, the same for interface gigabit Ethernet 01. We have CB link local address. Now shut down. Okay, and then we need to configure serial 000 IP version 6 address link local address and no shutdown. Okay, we can see our progressing now 90. We configured the both routers and now we need to configure the IP version 6 on the PCs, and it is auto configure as you can see. So let's go here, the IP version 6 auto configure. Again, the same process here. You can see our progressing. Here is the same. And finally this one. And that's all about this activity for IPv6. What we need to see here for this router, the link local address is 1 and here the link local address is 2. That's all for this activity.